Hello and welcome everyone to the End of Year Tournament 2012 for the North American region. This is LunarSpotlight here, and I know a lot of people thought that this tournament would start at 2300 hours. That was the posted start time, after all. Kiko has said, for whatever reason, this isn't how I personally organize tournaments, but that we were waiting half an hour after the posted start time to make sure that any new latecomers have the opportunity to make an appearance, and then we're sure that everyone is in the tournament. So that is the reason for that. As such, the tournament is posted to start in about 4 minutes. I still need to ensure that people in the bracket are actually present, so I'll need to do that now. It will be a few minutes, and then we'll begin.
静かに伸びる白い飛行機雲窓から覗いた景色はまだ変わらないまま無邪気に笑う君のあどけなさもふわりと漂う心を揺さぶるその懐かしい香り今投げ出してしまえたら楽なのにこんなにも弱い心から飛び立とうよ翼広げて繰り返すメロディー呼んでいる想いを乗せて巡り合ういつしか同じ場所で君が強く熱く願うなら何があってもきっと大丈夫ってうなずいてまた歩き出す
Alright, at this point, seating looks like it's good, so we're probably good to go at this point. I just need to do one final check, and then we'll begin the tournament.
優しく揺れる木々は波のようにひとひら舞い散る花びらさえ美しいほど過ぎゆく時が刻む思い出たち小さく響いた足音寂しくこだまする長い道今泣き出してしまったらどうしようこんなにも脆い自分から抜け出そうよ夢を掲げて口ずさむメロディー込み上げる想いを奏で振り返り感じた幼い日々少し震えて見えたその手も何があっても君を守るんだって誓うからまた強くなるほら手を取ってまた歩き出そう
Alright, after this delay here, delay of about 6 minutes, we are ready to begin. The tournament has been called on and IPs have been posted into the channel, so we will begin spectating and the stream will be begin. So in this tournament, currently we have a total of 20 participants verified to be present in the channel. And our first game will begin in just a moment. So over here on the screen we have KikoZakuro versus Touhou Sensei. KikoZakuro is Cirno here on the left side, Touhou Sensei mailing on the right. And I can't say that's a very common color scheme for Cirno. So that's kind of interesting. KikoZakuro taking the first round. Apparently we joined a little bit late here. But now we're in the second round. And KikoZakuro still with a definitive edge in this matchup. And a very definitive win for KikoZakuro in the first match for this stream. Second matchup here, same characters. And Touhou Sensei currently with a slight edge. I get a little confused when it looks like things may be desynced but actually aren't. Some things connect and others don't. It's tough to say if this is or not, but yeah, this is not right. Okie dokie. We have other IPs. Let's see if any of these work a little better. Alright, a different matchup here. At the beginning of the tournament we have a lot of different matches going on, so there is plenty to choose from. Actually, there should be about 6 or 7 different matches going on right now. This matchup is between Blue Road, playing as Alice, and Silent 1497, playing as Reimu. And Alice currently with the lead. Apparently no hits taken so far. And from what I gather, if you're not really accustomed to playing as Alice, it's difficult to play this character at a level which, well, you could say a tournament level, I suppose. But I do know a couple people who tend to main Alice and are good. So, despite what the stats or the numbers might say, Silent evened it up a little bit here, so Blue Rogue still with a slight edge, and now taking some hits from Reimu. So, it looks like this is still anyone's game. A bit of corner pressure here. Reimu. Blue Rogue, just a slight edge, not a whole lot. And further defining that edge, taking the round. Second round here. And Reimu grazing through all of that. It was right in the middle, but would have been well placed otherwise. Blue Rogue with a large lead at this point. And Reimu still trying to get back at Alice. And just one more hit on Silent, and that would be it for this single match. But Silent is definitely fighting back still, taking out some of Blue's health. This could be a comeback if Silent does it right. There's that card a bit too late. And Silent actually does take it, getting the second round. Moving into the third round here between these two. Silent with the edge here. Blue taking some damage early on. Almost at half health. And Silent feeling the heat at this point. Man, and Reimu escaped that one. A bit risky. They were at 3, they're at 3 again. They're at 3 taken out, 4 taken out. The spirit orbs you see at the bottom of the screen. Likes to live on the edge, I suppose. These two are rather even at this point, Blue with a slight advantage. And Alice has no more cards. Reimu with the 5 card on standby. And there that goes. Will it be enough? Oh, almost. Just about. One more hit on Alice, and that would be Silent's game. And Silent does it. Takes it away from Blue, taking the second and third round. So a nice comeback over there. This is just a replay. We'll be moving into the second match here. This is kind of an interesting matchup, so I think we'll stick here for a while. And Blue Rogue has opted for Yukari. Silent still with Reimu here. Blue with the bit of an advantage at this point. Kind of looks like it did in the last match though, where Blue definitely had the advantage towards the beginning. So it's difficult to say if their character change will really have any effect on the outcome of this match. Ooh. Trying to pull a combo there almost worked. Blue Rogue's got the edge. It was an opportunity for corner pressure. It didn't happen. Kind of all over the place at this point. And Silent is evening it up. Corner pressure on Yukari. Is there anything else that Reimu can follow that up with? But it's just being blocked by Yukari at this point. Returns some hits, and that card, and Blue Rogue gets the first round. Not a whole lot of damage being dealt at this point. Blue Rogue with the edge at this point, especially with that card after. And Yukari is further trying to get that edge. Reimu easily dodged that one. Both characters have taken significant damage. Blue Rogue still has the edge though. Just needs one more hit on Silent. And Blue Rogue takes the second match, so we'll be moving into the third match between these two. It looked pretty even before, but Yukari actually did make a bit of a difference for Blue. So we'll see how the third match goes. Same character selection here, Yukari on the left, Reimu on the right. And Reimu taking the early lead. Blue Rogue with the advantage. That combo, well, there was one hit after Chun came to play. Man, and Blue is just putting on an assault. playing a bit of catch-up with the aim, I see. And there wasn't a whole lot of movement on Blue Rogue's health bar for quite some time. Blue takes the first round. Blue wins this next round here. They'll be moving on to the next round in the tournament. And actually, Silent has the advantage here. With over half health, and Yukari just has pretty much one hit left before they're done and the round goes to Silent. And yep, so Silent takes that one. So whoever wins this next round, that person will move on to the next place in the bracket. While the other person will move down into the lower bracket, since this is a double elimination tournament. It's actually kind of rare to see this level of evenness between two players this early on in a tournament. But it does happen, especially when you have a random seeding order. Silent currently with the advantage, which would be interesting if Silent wins. Blue Rogue had quite a decent streak going there, but it's still anyone's game. Silent does have a pretty decent advantage though, and I feel that perhaps the game may have stopped. Not sure why. So we'll be getting the results from those two in just a bit. At this point, we'll be spectating another match. Alright, the next match going up here. And this is between Zombie Fairy and Redon. Redon will be on the left side of your screen, playing as Sakuya. Zombie Fairy is Patchy on the right side. And we're in the middle of the first round right now, both players pretty even for health. Patchy gaining the advantage against Sakuya. Those bubbles can be annoying if you get caught up in them, though. Doesn't really matter, though, since that was the round, and the second round begins. First round went to Zombie Fairy. Bit of a slowdown. Hopefully, this is okay still. Zombie Fairy with a large lead at this point. And Zombie Fairy takes the second round against Redon. The Zombie Fairy, I believe, hails from THFNN, and during their 7th tournament was actually the first place winner, so it'd be interesting to see how Zombie Fairy does in this tournament, since there are players from the other communities as well. And I would very well be curious to know who has done well in other communities' tournaments, and then of course see how Zombie Fairy does against those players. So we'll see. I believe this is just a replay through the last match we saw. Well, we'll see. No Typhoon. So it seems they may have desynced. We'll see how that goes. So I have a pretty good guess at who's going to win that one. Of course, that wouldn't be fair. But we'll find out how that goes in just a bit. We have another IP that I'm waiting on. We'll spectate that one. Alright. And another game here. And they could be in the character selection screen or otherwise currently, so. And while we're waiting for them, I should mention that this tournament is sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe. They're providing the music that you're listening to on the stream at the moment. We're also sponsored by Indie80, who's providing the streaming suite that is being used to stream this tournament. So thanks to those guys as well. We're also being sponsored by Spike Spiegel, who should be providing some funds for prizes, I believe. Now, prizes haven't been solidified, but in the event that there are prizes for each of the tournament's divisions, that is Southeast Asia, South America, Europe, and North America, we'll figure out, probably not tonight, or, well, hopefully very soon, I'll say at least, what prizes are or how those will be divvied up. But I'm sure Kiko is still working on that. And we're still waiting for this game to get underway. While we're waiting, not that we have to wait for this one game, but while we're waiting, well, never mind. We'll come back to the bracket in just a bit. The game is about to begin. Excuse me, I am getting over a bit of a cold, so just be glad you can only hear my voice. Okay. This match between Marissa and Alice. Now, the person on the left has a longer name. It's 7th Honest 425. We can just call them 7 or 7 Honest. It seems that they're still waiting for something. I'm not really sure. Start when the weather ends. Okay, so they are waiting until the weather ends to actually start the match. I guess that works. Okay. Someone had a delayed start on top of the already delayed start. No, I'm not really sure what they're doing. Maybe we'll just switch over to a different IP. Okay. So, apologies for that. Not really sure what they're up to, but we do have a different match going on right now, so we'll join in the middle. Alright, this is... once again... that was between Hazelin and Benjix. Hazelin's on the left side as Remilia, Benjix is on the right as Alice. Or, Reimu. I don't know where I got Alice from. And I think this is probably their second match. I think we just caught the tail end of their first match. It could be their third match, I'm not really sure. But, we'll see. So Hazelin with the early advantage here as Remilia. Heavy Fog, responsible for a bit of health transfer. So if Hazelin had gotten some hits off of Reimu, they would have gained some health from that. Still with the advantage here, now applying corner pressure to Reimu, and Reimu gets out of that pretty easily at the end of the... and an orb break there, so 3 squared orbs available on Reimu's side. Hazen still with the advantage. Remilia is moving pretty quickly for a lot of these hits. It's pretty tough. I don't really know if Reimu's going to be able to get out of that one. Probably just a couple hits left on them before it is. And it is Hazelin's round. So moving into the second round now. Hazelin again with a bit of an early advantage. And with that card, wow, taking out just about half of Reimu's health. And there's nowhere to go but down for Reimu's health. Hazelin only took a few hits, it seems. So Hazelin took both rounds there. In the second round, pretty brutal. Alright. And again, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if that was their first or second match. I thought we caught the last part of their first match. But we don't, or at least I don't recall who won, so speculatively, whoever won that match also won that match up. We're going to switch over again to another game. Actually, this is the one we were at before. And we'll see if we have any better luck with this. So, 7th finest on the left side is Marissa, purple is on the right is Alice. 7th with the lead at this point. And we're not really sure at what point in the matchup these two are at, but it is probably at least their second match. 7th still with the advantage here, trying to put some pressure on Alice, gets out of it though. I know Alice is applying corner pressure. Really nothing done though. And a roll reversal. And that combo hits. 7th takes the first round. Seventh early on taking the lead. And Alice is fighting back, putting quite a bit of corner pressure, but Marissa really doesn't take any damage from it. That we're evened up at this point, pretty much purple with a slight advantage. Not a whole lot. Let's see if they can keep it up. Marissa escaped from that. The corner over a bit ago. And corner. Purple with the advantage. Definitely Purple taking an ore break though, trying to put too much pressure on Marissa, and Marissa punishing the low level of spirit. I think anyway, I wasn't really paying too much attention to the level. But Purple, it looks like, will take this round if they can keep it up. Certainly putting on enough pressure. Ooh, and that is it. So Purple takes the second round, and the third round begins. And I don't have any previous match information for these two, so... But this seems to be a pretty good matchup, in general. 7th definitely seems to have the advantage a little more than Purple, or at least Purple had a good round last round. 7th with the advantage again. But Purple has shown us that they can fight back. And I think in Purple's defense, some of Alice's spell cards later on, the higher level spell cards, I suppose, are pretty decent. I can't say myself, because I don't typically play Alice, but a couple other, from what I have seen others play. Like, this one's kind of difficult, like Marissa basically just has to block it. I did a couple times there, but the other 3 passes of that giant laser wheel, that took a few hits, so... 7th with only a slight advantage, actually taking more damage now, so Purple has a slight advantage. And both are probably, you know, not too many hits away from losing out. Alice has Marissa has a 5 card stored away. Alice just has 2 cards available. So Marissa has to find a good time to use that card. Will probably be whenever Marissa lands a hit on Alice. We can find a good time to use it. Actually, never mind that. Purple just, you know, went ahead and took the last round. So, oh well. And of course, Marissa did change their card in the middle there, so it wasn't that they were going to use the card at all, even, so... let's exit out of this game here. And before going back to another game, let's check out the brackets. So just let me do a refresh here. Alright. So the first and second rounds mostly have been done. We only have just a couple of lower bracket matches which can be played, and we don't have scores for those yet. There's a couple of second round upper bracket matches, Yaffy and Charmy, and then Steve or 7th and Purple, which actually we just saw. So I wonder if we can find Yaffy's match here. And somehow I closed my channel, so let me go open that back up. Alright, 6:09, so this was a couple minutes ago. They're probably still in the first round, or the first match. So we'll try, oh, and actually their match hasn't started yet. Trying to connect to Yaffy and Charmy. 7th and Purple we just saw. There's also Benjix and the Dratini Farmer. And then Red On versus Sugar, or X Sugar X. So, I'm still going to see if we can connect to Charmy's match, and it doesn't look like we're able to. Let's see, so we can spectate Kanosaki versus Zombie Fairy. This will actually be a third round match. So, and we can connect to that. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. Alright. So this is between Kanosaki as Cerno on the left side, and then Zombie Fairy as Patchy on the right side of your screen. Zombie Fairy with the early advantage here. And there's a lot of flying stuff on the field, whether it's, you know, fire and ice, so it's really two very contrasting things. Elemental stuff, man. Zombie still with a bit of a lead. It's difficult to tell though, because Kanosaki is applying pressure, does have a slight advantage. And earlier today, we were watching a really good Cerno player for the European region tournament. It was actually kind of fun to watch. I know personally, whenever I try playing a Cerno, I don't really get anywhere. So, the Kanosaki here, with a bit of an advantage, Zombie Fairy was under pressure. But kind of reversed that. And that might have been a good time to connect, but Kanosaki takes the first round. Alright. And second round here. The battle between fire and ice. And Incerno just going after Patchy here. One hit, then another, you know, and Patchy was trying to get out of that. Didn't block for quite long enough in the other corner. Actually, Patchy really having a difficult time finding any time to attack. Hinosaki having the lead in terms of health. And just trying to hang on to what Zombie Fairy's got. Kanosaki did take a bit of a hit to their health, almost even with Zombie Fairy, so we'll see what happens here. Pretty much level now. Oh, Zombie Fairy almost landing that a bit too early. Zombie Fairy taking the second round. Alright. So third round here between Kanosaki and Zombie Fairy. Now it seems that we had someone forfeit a bit ago. That match between Yappy and Charmy never actually happened, so that's why we couldn't spectate it. In our current match though, Zombie Fairy with a distinct advantage in this third round. And with the fiery finish, Zombie Fairy taking the third round from Kanosaki. Alright, this is another match here. This is their second match, I believe. Kanosaki, Zombie Fairy, the same characters on the field. And Kanosaki with the early lead. Of course, with these two, one could have the advantage, and then can turn tables pretty quickly. So, I think Patchy was kind of early that Cerno didn't actually land that hit, or it would have been a good opportunity for Cerno. Trying to keep their distance, it seems, both of them. Cerno finally getting in there to the corner. Wow, Patchy actually returning fire. So a pretty decent opportunity for that, I suppose. So Zombie with the advantage here. And another fiery finish by Zombie Fairy, taking the first round in the second match between these two. And Cerno definitely likes applying corner pressure. Probably just as much as anyone else, but... So these two are pretty even at this point. Kanosaki with the advantage, just probably one more hit on Zombie Fairy, and there it is, taking the second round. So we're pretty even up here, one round each, and the health bar seems to be pretty even on both sides. Zombie Fairy now taking some hits, getting to almost half health. And KikoZakuro with the definite advantage. Let's see if Zombie Fairy can catch up. Probably not, though. I mean, we'll see what happens. These two players in general are pretty evenly matched. And there it is. So KikoZakuro takes the second match, which means that KikoZakuro and Zombie Fairy are at 1 match each. And this is a best 2 of 3. So it'll go into the third match. Alright, and then whoever wins this matchup will be moving on, and then whoever loses moves down into the lower bracket in the tournament. Both players sticking with their characters from the previous 2 matches. And neither one of them with a very definitive advantage at this point. Not a whole lot of defensive play happening, but I'm sure we'll see that later on as they realize. And Cerno with landing that combo, corner pressure. Just needs one more hit on Zombie Fairy, but KikoZakuro themselves is at about a 4th health. And KikoZakuro takes the first round, just needs one more round to progress in the upper bracket. Alright, so KikoZakuro doesn't have any damage taken against them at this point, while Zombie Fairy is about half health. Kind of curious, so Zombie Fairy definitely playing more defensively, a lot more defensively, just as I thought would happen. Ooh, Cerno almost landed that one. KikoZakuro doesn't have a perfect though. Did take a couple of hits in that, but KikoZakuro did take the round, so the match is theirs, and they will be moving in to the next place in the upper bracket, while Zombie Fairy will move down. And right off the bat, we have another matchup. We will see who this is in just a moment. It should be Touhou Sensei. So Touhou Sensei is mailing on the left side, playing against Sugar X, who is Yuyuko on the right side of your screen. Touhou Sensei so far with no hits to speak of on their health bar. Sugar is at about almost half health. Alright, Touhou Sensei actually taking some damage from Sugar. And an ore break. Touhou Sensei only with a very slight advantage, doesn't really mean anything at this point though. There's another ore break against Touhou Sensei. And just doesn't know quite when to stop. And a decent combo by Touhou Sensei. But alas, Sugar actually does take the first round, so... both players are pretty even at this point. Sugar, I believe, had a or break, I think. And Yuyuko definitely on the offensive, did take a hit by sending them back into the middle of the field. Progressing over to the other side of the screen, and Yuyuko making an attempt to bring it down, but doesn't quite make it. Yuyuko just needs a couple more hits, or just one more hit, as you saw there, so the second round goes to Sugar. And we're waiting on the second match to begin. Or perhaps that was the second match. Okay. So let's see here. We will we'll search for yet another IP to connect to. The bracket as it currently stands, there is more of the bracket down here. If you'd like to view this bracket yourself, simply go to EoY2012 excuse me, .challenge.com, and there you'll see all of the regions listed. Just click on the one for North America and you will see what is currently on the stream at the moment. Forgot I adjusted this. Alright. So here we go. Touhou Sensei and Sugar X, or X Sugar X, was right there. We still have some other matches we'll get into. At this point, if people are capable of playing matches, they'll just jump right into it. And that is how we're doing this. Oh, that one is about 6 minutes. Alright, so we have a new IP up. And we'll try this one. Oh, I do not want to play. Okay. Over here we have Hazelin versus a default profile. Well done. Okay. So Hazelin is currently fighting someone. Lavi. Okay. So, and this would be a third round match in the upper bracket finals, or just the upper bracket. Although actually, I would like to connect to a different IP, which is why it hasn't been streamed yet. Alright. We'll connect to that one now. This is Yappy Fan versus Purple. Yappy is the golden Suika you see on the left side of the screen, and Purple is Alice on the right side of the screen. Alright, purple with a slight advantage at this time. And Suiko, oh boy, so that does take some health out of purple. Yappy with the definite advantage at this point, and takes the first round. Second round begins here. We're still on Typhoon as the weather condition. Another Typhoon comes to play. Both players relatively even on health at this point. And playing in Typhoon, of course, gets to be a bit chaotic. You don't really know who's doing what, because both players are trying to land a hit while at the same time avoid the other player's hits. Because your typical blocking in Typhoon does not work. Grazing does to some degree. Yappy with a slight advantage, just. Suika applying the pressure. Fire is the name of the game, I suppose. And Yappy takes the second round as well versus purple. Second round between Yappy Fan and purple. And another Typhoon between these two people. Yappy Fan with the advantage, and purple is below half health already. Alright, so Yappy with the advantage, and will probably hang on to that unless purple can pull something out here. Man, alright, so Yappy with the first round yet again. And Yappy taking the first hit, purple at this point leading. Suika's got a 5 card, that would be pretty devastating, just needs to find the right moment. So Yappy's still almost at full health, purple is below a 4th. We'll see if they even need to use their 5 card. Alice has got some cards available, including a 4 card. Of course, the number of cards it takes to use a card, generally the more powerful it is. Meaning that 5 card would deal quite a bit of damage if it connects. And purple actually was able to manage to land some hits on Yappy. These two players are almost even at this point, something I wasn't expecting. So Yappy may be forced to use that card just one hit away. If Yappy can find the right time, or just might let it slip by, and then they'll be able to use it in the next round. So purple takes the second round, 1 round each. in this match. And he has to be just waiting for the right time to use it. There's no question. Though actually, as far as health levels went, if he had used it last round, he probably would have won the match. Maybe even if he had used it later, or earlier on. Of course, then Purple probably would have played more defensively. And generally when that happens, you take less damage. So that could have been in Yaffe's favor. Of course, it is a little different for every player. Purple, with the distinct advantage at this point, Yaffe doesn't have too many hits to go before they well, this match is lost to them. Oh, and there's that 5 card. It is done for Purple, as you saw there. The third round goes to Yaffe. And there you have it. We'll see if we can connect to this next one here. We have a match, Bobman. Guess we can connect to this one. Alright. This is Bobman, who you see on the left side of your screen, and Charmy on the right side. Bobman is Utsuho, Charmy is Sakuya. And we're playing catch-up just to get back to speed in this match. We may have joined towards the end, so... And I guess that's it for that matchup. Okay. See here again. So the IP that Hazelin provided, I'm not able to connect to. And then we had Bobman, but that was the one right before that. We have Benjix, but that one is about 8 minutes old, so no telling. Yeah, it's probably not up anymore. And we don't have any other IPs. Okay, so there is one IP here we're able to connect to. While that's going on, let's take a look at where we are in the brackets at the moment. Okay, so at this point, a lot of the matches, or rather most of the matches in the upper bracket have probably been filled at this point, or completed. If we go into the lower bracket here, we have results for these. We're missing results for Killer Doll and Bobman. We also have a match between Blue Rogue and 7th that needs to be completed. There's also a match that I'm not able to connect to, which is probably one of these. Alright, let's move over here. So results from all of these, we have Hazelin and Kanosaki, which is the IP I'm not able to connect to. But then there's also a couple matches back here, which we're still waiting on. Alright, it looks like it just updated. We have a result for Blue Rogue in 7th. So Blue Rogue and Zombie Fury will be playing. And we have them both now. Okay, the match between Bobman and Killer Doll looks like is up. So we're gonna go ahead and connect to that. Alright. Bobman, you have on the left side of the screen is Utsuho. Killer Doll is playing as Remilia on the right side. And we'll see how this goes. Wow, and Bobman taking the first round there. I looked once and it seemed that they were pretty even. Bobman had a bit of an advantage, but then I looked again and that went down pretty quickly, so. Of course, Subterranean Sun kind of messes with the field for whoever is playing against Utsuho. It's even more wacky if there are two Utsuhos and they both play Subterranean Sun. So Bobman still has the advantage. Remilia landing some hits. But just not enough to counter the sheer damage that Utsuho puts out. Another Subterranean Sun. You know, I think Bobman just might have a thing for annoying people who don't like Subterranean Sun. I would be one of them. So Bobman wins both of those rounds. Let's see. We'll go ahead and connect to a different one. Bobman's playstyle kind of seems to be the same throughout. So we'll try connecting to another one here. This should be... Yep, so Blue Rogue on the left side playing as Yukari, and then Zombie Fury on the right side playing as Suiko. And this match is in the lower bracket. Blue Rogue won the first round there. We're still catching up in this match. Alright, seems that we're caught up here. Blue Rogue still at the advantage. And then, of course, Blue Rogue took the second round as well. This next one here, if it, yeah, there we go. Blue Rogue still sticking with Yukari. Zombie Fairy is Tenchi now, opting for Tenchi. And kind of a slow start, what I can tell. Blue Rogue has a slight advantage, but these players are pretty even at this point. And Tenchi was just standing there. I hope we're not desynced. Well, that was strange. I have a feeling we might be desynced, or something else strange is going on, but I mean, right now it seems... Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, of course, okay. Right, so pretty sure that match is desynced. Oh, let's try another one here. And it is Yaffy and Kanosaki. We did connect. Okay. Yep, you know, Yaffy is on the left side, Suika. Kanosaki is on the right side, Cerno. Or Chirano, as some have said I should say. We're playing catch-up again, so we're trying to get back to where the players currently are. But Yaffy is playing a very active Suika. I think they were trying to charge up for something there, but Cerno was able to get behind them, and Yaffy wouldn't have been able to use that anyway. Still Yaffy with the advantage, and an orb break, actually. And then Yaffy takes the first round. So Kanosaki had the advantage there, is now taking a couple hits from Yaffy. Ellen actually caught Kanosaki off guard, probably, and then he was able to complete that combo. Somehow pushed him to get... Oh boy. And... Wow, that was enough to take out all of his health on Kanosaki, so Yaffy takes the second round as well. I was skeptical to say if that was going to take out the rest of his health. I didn't see if it was the 5 card or not, but then he didn't have any cards, so... dokie. It seems that Sugar vs. Benjix match is actually not allowing spectating. It's the second time I've seen this today. We had another one, another time that this happened during the European region tournament today. And it is also the second time I have ever seen it. I've never seen it in any of the tournaments that I have managed, or any matches in any channels that I've ever wanted to spectate. So it's either I couldn't connect or I could connect. It wasn't that I couldn't spectate it because they didn't allow me to, but that was just a little mini rant. So let's see if Bobman versus Lavi is still going on. It's probably later on in the match. And Bobman is at full health at this point. Lavi is the only one with damage, almost at no health. And Bobman took both of those rounds. This looks to be a replay of the match we just replayed through. So in case you were wondering, this is the end of year tournament 2012. It's the 30th of December in this time zone, or at least in North America. This is the North American region tournament for Touhou Hisoutensoku. And the sponsors for this tournament are Genso Kyo Radio, welcome to the Touhou Music Universe, providing the music you're listening to right now, and there is Indie AD, who is providing the streaming suite we're using for tonight's stream. Also sponsoring tonight is Spike Spiegel, in the event that we are able to provide prizes to the winners in each division's tournament. They will also be helping us in providing funds for prizes and such, so we're still waiting on that matchup to begin. whole lot going on there. We'll see if we have any other IPs. We do not. So we're just waiting on what we're able to spectate. So far, right now on the brackets, we have Labby versus Bobman, and that's what we're currently waiting on. Behind that, there's Benjix versus X Sugar X, and that's currently going on right now, but that's the match that does not have spectating allowed. And then if we go to the upper bracket, we have Hazel and Kanosaki. These have already been played, so Yaffy is sitting here. And we're just waiting for... probably someone further down here. The game, as you can hear, is currently on between Bobman and Labby. So Bobman has actually gone for Mei-Ling this time, and then Labby's going... No, actually I'm mistaken, it's the same thing. Why would I expect anything different from Bobman? Never mind. So we have Bobman as Utsuho, once again, and then Labby is playing as Mei-Ling. And so far, we're pretty even up. Although, you can place your bets on how long that will last. It looks like the match between Benjix and X Sugar X has just ended. And the game went to X Sugar X. Alright, so we'll have that updated on the bracket. Bobman here just has a slight advantage. Nothing too big, although that's being increased at this point. Now I know Bobman has been playing Hisoutensoku for a while. I'm not sure about Labby though. Man, and that sun, just as Mei-Ling was about to do something, and they're gonna be stuck up there until the end of the screen probably. Yeah. Well, there you go. At the end of the spell. If it was the second round, or the last round, it might have been the end of the screen. Another subterranean sun for Labby to deal with. Both sides have taken damage, but Bobman is with the advantage. And Bobman does take that again. Alright. Clear that up. Yeah, drop that DJ. Okay, this matchup here is X Sugar X playing as Yuyuko versus Hazelin playing as Remilia. Currently Remilia, well, had full health and then took a hit. So we're catching up right now, once again. Hazelin still with the advantage at this point. Not a whole lot of really focused pressure going on anywhere. Just kind of hit here or there if they can. There's some corner pressure being applied by Remilia, but nothing really connecting, unfortunately. Just needs 1 or 2 more hits before they would get the round. And that is Hazelin's round, the first round in this match here. Round 2 beginning. And now Sugar has the advantage at this point. Hazelin taking more damage. Definitely trying to turn the tables. And there's an orb break. Hazelin will certainly keep the pressure on. And I thought that might be what would happen. Yuko's spell card gets in the way of Hazelin's dive, and the second round goes to Sugar. Hazelin definitely trying to take this third round, having the advantage at this point and applying corner pressure, landing some hits in, but nothing that's too strong. That's really all you need if you can keep it consistent. And that didn't land. If it did, though, that would have been their game. Just not the best timing. Alright, Hazelin takes the third round and this match between Sugar and Hazelin. Same character matchup, Yuko versus Remilia. Sugar almost with full health. Hazelin is in trouble unless they can pull something out. Alright, so Sugar does indeed take the first round with a bit of over half health remaining. And it's funny how this happens, but Hazeland has the advantage and then takes the second round, so it seems to be whoever has the advantage in this matchup tends to keep it. And then proceeds to take the round after that. So Sugar right now with the advantage, Hazeland at almost half health. Yeah, like I said, still hanging on to that advantage. Hazeland is fighting back, trying to put on some pressure, but no hits are connecting against Sugar. Even though Sugar has a couple of Spirit Orbs broken. Or recharging. Unavailable? Alright. And it is kind of close if Remilia lands this. Ooh, and Remilia does, taking the third round and this match from underneath. I was not expecting that. I'm not sure if we have another matchup. Looks like that is actually the end between these two. There's another matchup that started about 7 minutes ago. So that'll actually be in it a bit. Okay, this is between Bobman and Blue Rogue. Bobman had the early lead, but it looks like Blue Rogue was leveling it out again. Blue Rogue actually maintaining their health and keeping the pressure on. We're just replaying through this, so really all I'm doing is watching the health bars. Blue Rogue takes the first round. So we'll see if we're able to catch up. So Bobman took the second round there. Bobman hanging on to the advantage for a bit. Blue Rogue trying to put some pressure on, but it does make some connections. Can they keep it on though? Oh, and Subterranean Sun is the last calling for the third round. Another replay of the same match, I presume. And hopefully we'll be switching over to the next matchup, or perhaps that's just their last one. That makes sense too. If we take a look at the bracket, see a bunch of space. Alright, so Bobman, Blue Rogue, that was the one we just witnessed. Not entirely sure who the victor is. I can take a look here. And it looks like Bobman did indeed take that one 2-0. So it was a shutout of sorts. We have Kanosaki versus Yaffy over here. And this one I assume is the result of... Who moved down? Kanosaki. So who moves into T? You know, it's funny, it says it said it on the European bracket, but not on here. I'm assuming the winner from this bracket here will move up into the finals bracket for the upper bracket finals. It seems that way anyway. So we have these two are complete, and then we have Purple versus Bobman. It just updated. Convenient. That is the only one we can do right now. So Purple versus Bobman is the one we'll be waiting for. Now, something I'm curious about, Bobman's been doing pretty well, at least since we've been spectating him. Let's take a look at where he dropped, though. So it looks like Bobman in the first round? To go all the way back. I don't like that it puts the scroll bar at the bottom. You can't side scroll without... So, Bobman actually lost to Hazelin, which is kind of curious. We move down here. And Hazelin is actually the one who's down here now, so if Bobman wins this one, we can sort of guess. It's not always true. But Hazelin might win this one. And then, of course, we're just waiting for the results on that one. Still waiting for the IP. Okay, and that one is, we're just waiting on that to complete. I don't remember which ones were played. I mean, I suppose we can just try it out if anyone has any strong disagreements about what is being played. I suppose I can change it, but until then. So, as a reminder, and perhaps I could do this the way I was going to. You're currently watching the End of Year Tournament 2012. On the 30th of December, for Touhou Hisoutensoku. This is the North American Region Tournament. This tournament has been sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe, providing some of the music you're listening to here on the stream. And also sponsored by Indie80, providing the streaming suite we're using to stream the visual, the audio, video stuff to you, without whom we would not be streaming here and now. So thank you. And also to Spike Spiegel, an individual who, in the event of prizes, will also be helping to provide funds and such for the winners of each region's tournament. So that is that. We'll see if the game has started yet. And it has. We'll be moving over there just a moment here. This is Bobman versus Purple. Bobman takes the first round in no time flat. Of course, we're also catching up, so just keep that in mind. Subterranean Sun catching Alice right in the middle. Ouch. And Bobman takes the second round this match here. So presumably the first match goes to Bobman. This is still best 2 of 3. The finals match for this tournament will be best 3 of 5. And the event that it goes to the second matchup in the finals, that other match will also be best 3 of 5. Okay, Bobman versus Purple here. Bobman is Utsuho, Purple has opted for Komachi, who I don't think we've seen yet in this tournament. And yeah, okay, so Komachi is actually around. It's unfortunate that Bobman was able to get to almost half health on Komachi before taking any hits. But Komachi's scythe has some pretty serious range on it. If you do it right, it's kind of like Alice though, in that if your opponent is too close, you run the risk of not actually hitting them, as I'm sure you're intending to if you're swinging a scythe at someone. Okay, Bobman is still with the slight advantage here. I hope we're not desynced, which is a possibility. We're running a little slow. Or it could just be that Komachi is, oh, we'll see what happens here, I guess. And one hit there, so Bobman has pretty much just one hit left on Komachi, and there it is, taking the first round in the second match. Two hits there, Komachi actually pushing Utsuho back from the corner. That was a little unexpected. I'm not sure what that was from Utsuho. It was like they were charging it for something, it seems, and then they just decided not to. Komachi's still in the corner, jumps up to get out of it and just swings the scythe down. So both are at about even health, Komachi with a slight advantage, even more so after that. And it looks like we're desynced, or the match has ended. So I'm assuming we have another match here. Okay, Utsuho versus Komachi once again. Bobman with an advantage so far. We're actually about even, so Komachi did some work to make that look a little better for them. Wow, not bad. Utsuho was in the corner there for a bit, but went on the attack again. Now if Utsuho can connect that, they will get the first round, which they just did. Typhoon comes to play here. We have a Subterranean Sun, and then Komachi's there as well, so Komachi is forced to graze a lot through that. Can't do a whole lot of anything else. Oh, and that didn't quite make it. Komachi with the scythe, and taking the second round. Okay, third round between these two. The second match, I believe. Wow, and Purple with a very distinct advantage here. Full health versus Bobman. I don't know if Bobman will be able to get through this. Although it's going to be difficult to hit Bobman when he's like that. So, a lot of dodging. One more hit against Bobman and that would be it for... And Bobman's still fighting, of course. I mean, I hate to say it, but it could still be anyone's game, even though... Nope, nope, nope. Almost spoke too soon. So, Purple wins the third round. And this match, I believe we might be 1-1. So we'll see what happens in this third match. Or I could be wrong, and Purple might have... This is what happens when you have spectated almost 2 tournaments worth of matches in a single day. Oh, jeez. No, because the first match desynced for me, so we didn't really see the results from that. Now, what? Blue Rogue. Oh, so that's someone different. We're just waiting on the results from that match. We know that Purple won the second one we watched. I mean, I can probably... So we're just waiting on that. What would be after that is whoever won that would be moving to fight Hazelin here. I have a fancy circling tool here, and I haven't actually used it. I don't know if that looks quite right on the stream, though. It's, Bobman or Purple. And they would go here, we would then move here, and then they would move up here. And if this person wins, then they win. If this person wins, then they move over here, and they play a second thing. Yeah, okay. Pretty much. So that's what I know. Alright, actually, I might be able to refresh here. I'm still not up there. So results, Purple wins 2-1 versus Bobman. So that's cool. So Bobman actually drops out of the tournament at that point, but from what we saw, put up a pretty good fight. Purple moves on to fight Hazelin. Still waiting to have that reflect in the brackets. And there we go. So, yep, Purple, Bobman, Purple, Hazelin is the next one here. So there you go. And we'll be waiting on an IP from those two. The Purple needs some, just a bit of time to recover. The game has not started yet, as they have not connected. And with that, I'll be taking a couple minutes for myself, as I've been sitting here for the past 2 hours or so. So I will be right back. Stay tuned. Alright, currently back here. It looks like the game might be up. Hopefully. There we go. Alright, this is between Hazelin and Purple. Hazelin's playing as blah blah blah. Never mind. So they probably just completed their first match. Not really sure. So Hazelin versus Purple here. Hazelin is playing as Remilia, Purple is Alice. From what I can tell, both these players being somewhat cautious, although Alice is a bit more aggressive. Definitely seems that way. And has Alice stuck in the corner. Roll reversal for a bit, and that does not connect, so Alice takes advantage. And lands a combo, so... The Purple, or Alice, still with quite a large advantage, as they've been the ones sort of attacking, keeping Remilia on the defensive for most of the time, I think. Just needs one or two more hits. Probably just one more hit. Yeah, there you go. And that is Purple's first round. So round 2 here, Hazelin lands the first hit. Let's see if maybe Hazelin could be a bit more aggressive. I think they need to put Alice on the defensive a bit more to try to level out that damage. So damage taken on both sides. Purple is a little less than 2/3 health. Hazelin is even less than that. Purple takes the second round. Okay, so that is Hazelin and Purple. Look over in the results, and hisouten. So Purple, it seems, won that one, and then we'll be playing Kanosaki in the next match here. This is the second to last matchup. After Kanosaki versus Purple, it will be whoever wins in this matchup versus Yaffy, who is currently sitting at the front of the upper bracket. And we'll just have to wait for that game to start. Purple once again says, okay, give me a second here. And I suppose that's I mean, that could be fair. You know, being that their opponent before, Kanosaki, had played against Yaffy Fan, and that was at least maybe half an hour ago. And then Purple, of course, has played Purple versus Bobman. Actually, even before that. So there's Purple versus Bobman, Purple versus Hazelin. Now there's Kanosaki versus Purple. And just, one match after another, and so I think a bit of a few minutes in between is not unjustified. Alright, game is up. And we'll go to it now. This is the end of year tournament 2012 for the North American region. And I'm LunarSpotlight. Alright, we're heading into the game now. Kanosaki versus Purple. Kanosaki is playing as Shirano. Purple is Alice. Kanosaki with the first advantage. And there's not a whole lot of dedicated pressure on either side. I think it's just each player is trying to damage the other player as much as they can. And as a result, we're pretty evened up at this point. Alice got a pretty decent combo and so has a slight advantage at this point. Nothing too big though. No real big corner pressure happening. It's just a lot of middle ground play at this point. A lot of the same, so it really is anyone's game. These two players having a similar play style, and at some point someone's going to have to go on the defensive. So Purple with a slight advantage, and now it's the other way around. We're definitely more defensive at this point, keeping a close eye on those health bars in short. Wow, it's really just one hit per, and Purple takes the first round. Very aggressive a playstyle by both players here. No one's really too defensive, so that makes for an interesting show, but at the same time, no one's health bar seems to really stay at a high level for too long. So Purple with the advantage at this point. Not a whole lot of movement. Kanosaki. Wow, and I looked away for a bit, so I'm guessing there was probably heavy fog involved. The Purple seems to have more health than they did last I looked. Of course, I could be completely wrong and perhaps slightly delusional, but in any case, Purple takes the second round and this match. Okay, Kanosaki and Purple. No character change, and this is the third matchup. we're pretty even up at this point. Some corner pressure actually being applied by Cerno. And Purple has the advantage. Alright, Purple takes the first round. Wow, and Purple had the advantage for a little bit there, but Kanosaki pulled out a powerful card. Well, enough to take out Purple, so they get the second round, and it's 1 round each. And no dice there on Cerno's part. Purple still with the advantage. Will they be able to take it? Yes. So they take the third round. And well, this is the third match here. Their second match. Alright, so that's it for Purple and Kanosaki. The victor was well, it's not even in there yet, but Purple. So this next match here Still waiting. Okay, we're just waiting for the next/last IP. And for some reason, the channel is pretty vacant at this point. I mean, there's 31 people in the room, but I see no chat or other activity. And I'm not sure why. It's kind of weird. Still waiting for the next person. We only have one match left. It's Yaffy versus Purple, and it's actually the finals match. This is a best 3 of 5 match. In the event that Purple ends up winning this match, it goes into a second 3 of 5 match. And that's just the nature of a double elimination tournament, because technically Yaffy has not lost at all. So Yaffy needs to lose twice in order to actually have lost the tournament, whereas Purple, so if Yaffy wins the 3 of 5 tournament. Oh? Well, why did I disconnect? Apparently the match between KikoZakuro and Purple is still going, and that would kind of answer my question as to why there's no results on the board yet. So people are telling me that KikoZakuro is making a comeback against Purple. Now I was pretty sure. You know, actually, it could be that they might have been confused about the best two of three, because that's what the matches have been up to this point, and then best 3 of 5, because the finals match in the lower bracket, which is the match that KikoZakuro and Purple are in right now, is a best 3 of 5. So, at any rate, whoever wins that match faces Yaffy. And in the event that Yaffy wins that match, then that's it. Yaffy takes the gold, and that's history. But if whoever Yaffy is facing was the first one, they have to win twice to actually win the tournament. So while we're waiting for that, and I hope I'm still around, because I kind of have somewhere I'd like to be in about 20 minutes. So hopefully, I mean, it shouldn't take that long, being that we're probably towards the end of KikoZakuro versus Purple. So anyway, you're watching the official stream for the end of year tournament 2012 for Touhou Hisoutensoku. This is the North American region tournament. And I say official because Yaffy is also streaming something, but Kiko and I have been talking for a couple weeks about doing this stream tonight. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what to say. It's Kiko and I talked about it, and some people have been wondering why there's 2 streams up, but this was supposed to be my idea. So there you go. That's what I know. And with that, this stream is sponsored by Gensokyo Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe. Providing some of the music that you're listening to tonight. If you'd like to hear more music like this, go to gensokyoradio.net, and also Indie80, who is providing the streaming software and suite we are using tonight to stream this tournament, and also the European tournament earlier today, so thanks very much to those guys, without whom we would not be streaming here now. And we also would like to thank Spike Spiegel, an individual who, in the event that we actually do prizes for the winners of each region's tournament, will be chipping in funds and such to that end. Okay, the final score on KikoZakuro versus Purple was KikoZakuro had 1 match and Purple had 3. So indeed, Purple was the victor of that matchup. Apologies to Kano for saying that Purple had won, but apparently I had just disconnected prematurely. We're going to move on over to the last match of the night. This is the finals match between Yaffy and Purple. We're gonna hop in here. So Yaffy fan on the left side of the screen playing as Suika. Also took the first round. Purple is on the right side of the screen playing as Alice. And so far in both rounds it appears that Yaffy has had the advantage pretty distinctly. This is the best 3 of 5 match. And this is a pause. So it seems that the first match is probably ended. Second match, I would presume. Yep, okay. So, same characters here. So far, Yaffy fan with full health. Purple is at just above half health. An orb break on Purple's side, leaving them with 4 spirit orbs. Yaffy does have a few hits taken, but there's a lot of people in the Hisoutensoku community have recognized Yaffy as probably one of the best players in the community. Yaffy's at just above half health, Purple with just 1 more hit. And there it is, so Yaffy takes the first round in the second match. Oh, some pretty big damage on Yaffy, although it wasn't just that, so it was a culmination of other things. But they are pretty even at this point. Purple might have this round if they're able to stick with it. And they do, so they take the second round in this match. Both players are pretty even up. Purple with a slight advantage at this point. Yaffy applying corner pressure, and that card is going to hurt. Purple being brought down to probably about 1/5 of their health. Yaffy with about half themselves. And it's actually pretty close still. A lot of stuff flying around the field, especially with Alice there. There's a lot of dolls just kind of everywhere. Still anyone's game. Purple might have this one though. They keep the pressure on. And indeed, so Purple gets the third round. And the second match, we are tied 1-1. Yaffy versus Purple in the finals match. The third matchup between Yaffy and Purple, and we have the same characters on the field. Purple currently with the advantage. So I had to take a phone call. Yaffy wins the first round here, and currently has an advantage over Purple. Just hopped through that fireball right into the corner. Yaffy's got an ace up their sleeve though. Could solidify that, but no. And I'm pretty sure I said that in one of the other matches that Yaffy was in, but it's probably a good idea to hang on to some things. Of course, if the weather condition is snow, which it isn't right now, but if it's snow and you get hit, there's a chance of losing a spell card. And if that's a card you want to hang on to, then you probably shouldn't have it active. I'm sure he knows that as well. There's that card I was talking about. The amount of damage it does, over a third of the health just gone. So it's a pretty big demotivator. Especially if you were even on health before, and now suddenly you're 4 hits away from losing the match. Yaffy just needs one more hit against purple, and there it is. So this should be 2-1 Yaffy, meaning Yaffy just needs one more match win to win the tournament. The fourth matchup between Yaffy and purple, same characters once again. Purple had the first round there. Yaffy with almost full health on the second round. And Alice is in the calm spotlight, so gaining some health over time. Bit of a slowdown. Yaffy still with the advantage in this match. And purple actually takes the fourth match. So if Yaffy fan wins this next match here, then they will win the tournament. But if purple wins this next match, it will move into the second finals match, where the winner of that match, no matter who it is, will be the victor, the champion for this tournament. Alright. A lot of fast-paced play happening. Yaffy with the advantage currently. Wow, that looked brutal, but Yaffy takes the first round. Yaffy is one round away from the championship win. But if purple takes the next 2 rounds, it will be a lot more rounds before Yaffy is able to take the championship if he wants it, so we'll see what happens. Purple could just pull a complete upset and take it out from under him. Purple does have the advantage right now, so that... Ooh, and a double hit on Yaffy there. Man, if Purple takes this, I'm not sure, because I might have to leave before we're done. Not that I'm saying I'm leaning towards either person winning. But Purple does still have the advantage. And Yaffy's working on it, even though there's not a whole lot of health there. Still just needs one round win. Might not make it this time, but I'm sure we'll not just give it to Purple. Alright, so Purple does take one round, so it's one round each. Yaffy still needs just one round to win the championship. Whereas Purple can take it away from him for being so easy if he wins just one round more. So high stakes for both players in this matchup. Yaffy with full health currently. Purple has about 2/3 health right now. Suika landing, ooh, almost a complete combo, but that's still pretty decent. And that corner pressure by Alice, I think Suika was in the air for that entire time. It's not your typical corner pressure. Yaffy can definitely do this if he tries. Has the 5 card ready even. I was gonna say on standby, but just went ready. Anytime, like, if he uses that 5 card, that would be it. In fact, that's how the 7th THFNN tournament ended, is with that card. It's a pretty fancy finish. But again, I mean, we'll see what happens. Just needs the opportunity. Corner pressure being applied on Alice at the moment. Still working on it. Alice is fighting back though, driving Yaffy into the corner. Alice in the corner again. And oh no, not connected. Just needs one more hit though, and that is it. Yaffy fan takes the 3rd match, best 3 of 5 in the final matchup between Yaffy and Purple in the finals bracket. So congratulations go to Yaffy, the North American champion for the 2012 end of year Touhou Hisoutensoku Tournament. And we'll take a look at the brackets here. Yaffy and Purple sitting right over here. We'll see it populated in just a bit, and then the page will change. Eventually, it'll change, so it'll be there. Being that I have to be somewhere pretty soon, just wanted to let you know. Still waiting for it to populate. So the end of year 2012 tournament for Touhou Hisoutensoku. This is the North American region. Sponsored by Gensoku Radio. Welcome to the Touhou Music Universe, providing the music you're listening to right now. And then also Indie80, providing the streaming service, the streaming suite we're using to stream this to you, without whom we would not be able to bring the tournament to you here and now. So thanks go to them as well. And then we also have Spike Spiegel, an individual who, if we do prizes, will also help out with funds. Alright, the bracket's about to be finalized. So anyway, it'll say on there that Yaffy was first, Purple was second, the person who Purple fought in the lower bracket before moving up to the upper bracket is third, and then before that is fourth, and then there'll be a bunch of ties for other places. And there's another organizer that is doing scores, so while I can hit this button, I don't want to if they're adjusting something. Anyway, thanks for joining us tonight for the end of year 2012 tournament. With the end of the North American region, that actually completes the end of year 2012 series of tournaments. Thanks to everyone from all regions who participated, even though not all of them are here currently. And of course, the demo for Touhou 13.5 came out as well, so have fun with that. It actually came out today, so brand new. So have fun with that. And there it is. So Yaffy is first place, Purple second place, Kanosaki is third. Moving down, fourth is Hazelin, fifth place is Bobman and XSugarX. Seventh place tie between Benjix and Blue Rogue. Ninth place tie between Zombie Fairy, Silent 1497, Labby, and Bobby Jax. 13th place tie is the 7th Fonst, Killer Doll, Yuki Terumi, and Tao Sensei. And tied between 17th place is Stales, the Dratini Farmer, Charmy, and Redon. So there you have it. Once again, thanks for watching today. And we hope the people in the Hisoutensoku communities will stick around until even after 13.5 comes out. And they may not be Hisoutensoku communities anymore. They would be, Hopeless Masquerade communities. At least I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I must be going now, so I will leave you here, and I'll see you around.